for the final time in the games of the 27th Olympiad. That's right, my very good friends. The final time you're in the dream zone. You're in the house of Zeds. And welcome to Sublime Saturday, open brackets, world peace, if we want it. Close brackets. It's a silver and gold. It's a silver and gold night in the medal tally and bronze in hearts of gold. And wait till the end of the show. If you can stay with us, put the jug on, make a cup of tea, because we've got something very, very special in brownie bronze at the end in the hearts of gold segment. I'd like to introduce to you a man who's been with me through the whole series of dream shows here. He's made me look bloody good night after night here on the 7 Network in this ratings extravaganza. I refer, of course, to my colleague in league, rampaging Roy Slavin. Roy, welcome to the Dream for the final.
Yes, thank you, HG. Thank you, my friend. Well, you know, we've been in many trenches together, but...
none as deep or as sticky as these.
Sublime Saturday.
That's right.
Sublime Saturday. It's like, I think it came from Antwerp originally, HG, the concept of Sublime Saturday, because it was in Antwerp on that day a sublime day. And each, by and large, every final Saturday in the Olympic canon. If you go through Mexico City and Seoul and Helsinki and Rome, they've all been, and Los Angeles, they've been sublime days. Yes. The only exception, of course, is the toilet. No surprises there. And I've got a feeling, actually, these games, the Sydney games, I mean, Melbourne were the friendly games, universally acknowledged as such. And even though there is a push coming for Sydney to be regarded as the party games, I think they'll be known as the Sublime Games. Yes. Sublime Sydney. Yes. I think that's how it'll go down in history. Yes.
I must say, we said on day one of the dream day one, that these were the greatest games ever, and nothing in the intervening time, in the intervening fortnight, has given me one moment's pause to reconsider that evaluation. The greatest games ever, ladies and gentlemen.
You're right.
I mean, sure, go back to Antwerp, trace the line through. Sure, there was a good...
It was a great game. Antwerp was a beauty.
It was a fantastic game.
A beauty. I wish I'd been there.
Yeah, Seoul, magnificent.
Read so much about it. Seoul, a cracker.
Oh, cracker. 56 in Melbourne, a really big high point. A really big high point. And now, topping it all off, we've climbed that Everest again in games presentation, in friendliness, in the best volunteers in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Best volunteers in the world.
You're right. You're right. If Melbourne was the top of Everest, and I think it was, what we've done is lugged a few bags of concrete and some bricks to the top of Everest and stacked up the bricks and stood on it.
Yes, that's right.
The sublime view.
And if people think of the catchphrase of the Sydney Games as throwing down a gauntlet, well, I think tonight we can throw down the gauntlet for the rest of the games in eternity, right here like that, and say, do your best, but it'll have to be bloody good to beat what we've turned on.
Oh, yes.
Is that right, Roy?
Oh,
yes, we'll leave that there,
it'll have to be good.
just so as people can have that as a bloody talisman of what throwing down the gauntlet means. And Roy, Fatso, online. The bidding shuts, as nearly as I can tell, in about 44 minutes. Right. 44 minutes. And if you want to get into the action, olympicaid.com you've got to go to. I haven't got a total at the moment, but you've got 44 minutes to bag. Where is the Battler's Prince?
Oh, where is it?
I think there's one up there.
The little man.
Here he is.
Here's
this is what you've got an idea of. Here he is. The Battler's Prince could be yours. olympicaid.com. That's where you've got to go. Put in a bid. Imagine...
what you could do with him.
Indeed. You've been in Sydney for a week. You've been in Sydney for a fortnight. No one knows you're here. You burst in with this under the arm, saying, hey, kids, look what I've got.
Look what I've got.
The Battlers. You've seen him on TV. Now do your worst with him.
Right. He's yours. He's yours.
No.
Dead right. What a talking point to have around the house.
It would be. You know, ringing up people.
Say, isn't that the Battler's Prince there?
Holding the door open.
That's right.
Isn't that the Battler's Prince on the mantelpiece? Isn't that the Battler's Prince?
In that showcase you've got there.
Yeah, a showcase.
Why? It looks like the Battler's Prince.
And when Romance is on the air. Imagine pulling back the sheets, the bump in the bed. The Battler's Prince! When do we start? That's the sort of thing the Battler's Prince can do for you.
That's
so,
right.
Olympicaid.com, and remember, all the proceeds go to Olympic Aid, which is this wonderful charity that's dispersing money to kids around the world through the good offices of Olympians and former Olympians. Now, Matthew Wallace, Roy. Matthew Wallace is a writer, New York Post. He's written an article this week which has shocked me. He says basically Australians don't like Americans. I think that's the tenor of his thesis. Find it hard to imagine, and as you can hear from the audience,
Groaning disbelief.
Groaning disbelief, yes. Could this be true, Roy?
I find it very hard to believe, HG, when it comes... Look. Australians, New Zealanders and Americans are friends under the one umbrella of ANZUS.
Yes, people forget that.
The ANZUS Pact. We've been in the trenches together over the years. We're very, very good friends. The best friends we have in the world are the New Zealanders and the Americans. But actually, I always say friendship comes at a cost.
Yes.
And that cost is honesty. You've got to be honest to be a true friend. And while individually Americans are very, enjoyable people, modest people, quite lovely people. We've met lovely Americans. Individually, they're very fine. It's just en masse, one can be slightly, I think, critical. They are loud, ignorant, self-obsessed, to the point of narcissism. They are inward-looking, barren, uninteresting, and incapable of seeing any of these qualities that so puts the world against them wherever they go. They wonder why they are so disliked. It's just they can't see it, and that is their major stupidity. That is the fatal flaw of Americans. Individually, they're wonderful people, wonderful. It's just in toto. I mean, get any more than two.
It's all down.
And I'm sorry.
You're lugging the bricks down off Everest, aren't you? Pretty bloody quickly. Now, Roy, you wanted to introduce, I understand, one of the highlights, just to give you a comparison with the Sydney Games.
Yes.
With one of the highlights that Australia glimpsed of the toilet game.
The toilet, yes. Let's go back to the toilet now and remember how it was.
Yes. Here's a little glimpse.
Peachtree Panorama, brought to you by Ansett Australia. To enjoy a real moving experience of the city of Atlanta, a visit to the Cyclorama building is a must. When you walk through the door, you step into the pages of history. There are depictions of the Battle of Atlanta, which took place in 1864. The massive diorama with a revolving viewing platform really makes you feel part of the action. There is a Civil War museum, and for train lovers, there is Texas, one of the great locomotives of Southern America.
Can I say, Roy, it does get better than that.
Oh, I was going to say, that's the best bit.
That's right. That's right.
I had to search for weeks to find something interesting to film.
Yes.
And that Cyclorama, doesn't it come alive? Don't you
does.
feel? Oh, you
It
feel
does.
as if you're in the war.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
Civil War. I mean,
do.
it's unreal, it was described to me as being.
Unreal.
Unreal.
Did you get fully sick out of
I
anybody?
got fully sick there, yes.
I tell you what impressed me was the length of queues you had to queue up to get into it. I mean, sure, it's just almost impossible to get in there, such is the weight of people. But Roy, you know, when you draw a coordinate, if that's the bottom through Sydney, gee, it's just sort of going vertically straight up, isn't it?
Yeah,
at the moment?
it is, absolutely.
Now, highlight today, of course, was Cameroon winning their first gold medal in soccer.
That was
It's
marvellous.
tremendous result for them. I think they've won silver and bronze before, but this is the first gold medal they've won in soccer. And we took the cameras there, and what a way to lose a match. 2 each at full time. We're onto a penalty shootout here. Spain get the first 2. This one to progress in the competition.
Yeah.
Here it is, snap off the furniture and desolation. It's a hard way. The Kookaburras know what that feels like. They had a similar situation there against Netherlands the other night. There it is, off the furniture.
Yeah.
And now we see a chance for them to clinch it here. Cameroon.
This is golden glory.
Here we
Golden
go.
glory.
In it goes.
In it
There
goes.
it is. Fantastic result for Cameroon. And the celebrations, I understand, haven't even stopped and aren't likely to stop in Cameroon for a month and a half. Roy?
No. Well, I think they're getting their information via NBC, HG, so I don't think they're going to find out that they've won the gold for another...
3 weeks.
For another week or so.
Yes.
I hate penalty shootouts. They should just keep playing till someone scores.
Yes, golden goal.
Wouldn't matter if they were still out there.
Well, I've always had this idea that as when they come to the end of... thanks, Pete. When they come to the end... You'd see us trying to get a message from the floor manager there. It was beautifully timed interruption.
Just said filibuster for another 20 minutes.
That's right.
We've
The
got no
advertised program is shot to ribbons. You'll have to do something else. Anyway, be that as it may. What I'd like to see is a golden boot. I know I've asked this in other codes.
Golden boot.
Now, what I'd like to see is a simple idea, is as soon as the whistle blows full time, the players have to stand exactly where they are, and an official runs on, somebody very, very special like Greg Norman or El McPherson. They walk on with a spade and dig up a spot which reveals the golden boot.
Ah, which was buried earlier,
Buried earlier. The player nearest to the boot is the team that wins.
Ah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's much fairer. And much more interesting.
And requires a lot more skill. Right. Where do we stand? Do we stand here or stand here? I might come over and stand next to you.
Still full time. Scatter!
Yeah, that's right. It's a sort of version of Boot Lotto. Yeah, but there's only one number in it. Look, it's a tremendous show tonight. Apart from the subtractions or the late withdrawals, we're talking to a couple of very, very fine Americans. Probably the finest Americans I've ever met.
A couple of our best friends.
A couple of our best friends. And they come from a part of America that is really exactly the opposite of what Roy was talking about earlier. They're friendly, they're engaging, they want to be part of it, they're wonderful people, they give good crowd, all that sort of stuff. Johnny Drummond's coming in and Lawrence Johnson. Let me see, John was part of the winning team in the 4x100 relay tonight.
That's right.
And Lawrence Johnson got silver in the pole vault. So they're coming in, and we're going to talk about them to see whether they think that Addo can beat Maurice at any stage. Anyway, and we've got Lauren Jackson from the Opals and Ian Thorpe as well, plus more, and that